What's up, YouTube? It's Zaya here from Zaya&TheSteelers, back with another video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the Steelers versus the Ravens in the playoffs. So if you guys are Steelers fans or you enjoy NFL content in general, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Shout out to the people who have subscribed already. And shout out to the future subscribers, man. Also, let's get a shout out to the members. If you guys would like to support me and this channel more, be sure to hit that join button down in the description below. And lastly, let's get a shout out to the late night audience, as this is going to be probably like a 1:30 a.m. upload. But, we had to take it back a little bit. You see what's on the screen. We got tweets. We got me in the top right corner. I'm in my most, non-biased gear right now. I just realized I have like the Steelers sweater on, which is new, by the way. Shout out to my girlfriend. I got the Steelers lanyard, which I use, for work and stuff. I got home from work and I thought about it, and I just have to tell the world, the Steelers are going to fucking win on Saturday. Like, it just is what it is, man. I know nobody believes in us. I know we don't even believe in ourselves, right? Steelers fans, we've been kind of down. We've been out. It's been week after week after week, loss after loss after loss. If we look at the years past, it's been playoff entrance, playoff loss, playoff appearance, playoff loss. We have lost continuously in the playoffs. Today, though, I think that's going to change. I really do think on Saturday it's going to change. And to start it out with this, nobody expects us to win. I know I mentioned that at the beginning, but nobody is expecting us to win this game. We are like 10-point underdogs. Every kind of ranking it has for the playoff teams, the Steelers are getting put in last place every single time, which with how we finished the season, I understand, I get it. But it's like we've completely forgotten about the beginning and middle of the season where like we were kind of eaten. I'm not going to lie. I made this one video, right? And most of you guys didn't see it. It only got like 50 views. It is what it is, but it also got like hella copyrighted. So I feel like that has something to do with it. Anyway, though, my last video where it's the one shining moment kind of like Steelers edit, I went through all of our games and my reactions to it. And it's crazy because as I was watching it, I was realizing, I was like, yo, this was dead ass a good ass season. Like, we were hooping this year. We were defying odds left and right. We were silencing critics left and right. We were overachieving. Like, we were starting two different quarterbacks. The defense was on the tip of the top. The offense was moving. And then, of course, this last 4 weeks, it just absolutely killed all the vibes, all the momentum we had, all like the outlook we had on it. We had some stupid losses to the Colts early. We had a stupid loss to the Cowboys early. We had a stupid loss to Cleveland kind of mid-season, right? But other than that, this was like our best season since 2016, 2017, when we ended up like going to, or how do I want to put this? 2017, we went 13-3 and lost in the first round. 13-3, that was a really good regular season, very fun time. I went to a game that year. But then 2016 was the last time we got some playoff wins. So if you take away those two seasons, that's crazy. It's 2025 now. 2016 was 9 years ago. Holy shit. Don't you feel old, man? I feel old as hell. But yeah, but besides those two seasons, I believe this season has been our best in the last like 10 years. So this is like our third best season, right? But this, of course, the last 4 weeks killed it. Anyways, though, to the main point, to the main topic, enough about the past Steelers. The future Steelers are going to correct these issues. We are going to get back to what made us good in the first place. And we are going to do something that for some reason, like I swear to God, guys, like nobody is talking about this fact. Like we're talking about Lamar MVP. We're talking about the Ravens, another good regular season. We're talking about this. We're talking about that. Guys, we have beaten the Ravens the last 9 times out of the 10 games we've played them or some shit like that. Ooh, Lamar was hurt. Guess what? Fucking Mitchell Trubisky played. Like Mason Rudolph played. Duck Hodges played. Like, what are we even talking about Lamar's injuries? Like, now all of a sudden these stats don't count. Like, we haven't beat them. Like, it's just not true. But it is true. We've beaten them consistently over the last 10 times or some shit like that, right? This most recent game, when we talk about it, it's not like this vaunted Super Bowl contending ass team, Baltimore Ravens, who hasn't won a game since Ray Lewis played. They haven't even been to the Super Bowl since Joe Flacco was out there. But all of a sudden, they like are good in the regular season 2 times, and they're this like scary ass team. Like I swear, when the Steelers had the killer bees, we were never looked at as this good. It was like, oh, they're gonna fall apart and blah 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 blah. But the Ravens, they're allowed to like underachieve. They're allowed to lose in the playoffs all the time, but like still get the Super Bowl aspirations, still get the 10-point favorites against the Pittsburgh Steelers. When once again, this team has consistently beat the Ravens. And in our most recent game where we lost, there was a lot of turnovers, man. There was a lot, like that game was close. That game, like it wasn't Philly. Philly killed us. I'll be honest. Philly smoked us. Kansas City smoked us. Baltimore, they didn't smoke us, man. Like the game was winnable. It was our own mistakes against the Eagles, against the Chiefs. We just couldn't do shit. Like we just sucked against those teams. But the Ravens, we just had turnovers. So like maybe that doesn't make sense to you. If you understand what I'm saying, let me know down in the comments. But it wasn't like Baltimore just smacked us, right? And that is their first win against us, mind you, their first win against us since 2019 or something like that. And all of a sudden, these guys are 10-point favorites. All of a sudden, they're missing Zay Flowers, and this is what Coach John Harbaugh has to say about missing Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers is not going to be able to make it to the game this week, so he'll get started again next week. And
He'll get started again next week. He'll get started again next week. Guess what? He's not playing football next week. You know why? Because you guys are losing to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then all these people, they're going to be like, well, you know, actually, he just meant like he's going to start his recovery next week. He didn't necessarily say that the Ravens were. I don't want to hear that nonsense, man. He just said that the Ravens were going to beat us. That's what he said in this conference. Like, I don't want to hear that, like, that cookie cutter. Like, no, like, he didn't mean it like that. Yes, he did mean it like that. Because if they do win, they're going to pull this back. And then they're going to be like, see, Coach John Harbaugh had the utmost faith in his team. But then if we win, he's going to, you know what I'm saying? He's going to have to backtrack. So it is what it is. He tried to get his shit off. He tried to Babe Ruth point to the sky. He tried to Steph Curry. He shoots the three. He doesn't look. Bryce Young throws a touchdown. He doesn't look. Lamar Jackson, he did the same thing. I wish he was not a Raven, man. I don't want to slander Lamar. I wish he wasn't a Raven. He probably should win the MVP. But yeah, John Harbaugh literally said, yeah, we're going to just beat the Steelers next week. It's a cakewalk. This reminds me of the Pittsburgh Steelers back in 2017 when we were looking past the Jacksonville Jaguars and we were like, oh, we're going to go ahead and see New England because they, like, you know what I'm saying? They robbed us. Jesse James caught it. Like, we're not worried about Jacksonville. Like, we're just worried about New England. And guess what happened? Jacksonville got us. Baltimore, at the very least, y'all better be paying attention. And I swear to God, you Pittsburgh Steelers team, Mike Tomlin and the boys, after all these videos I made, all the videos I made in this regular season process, all the videos I made when we were losing games, all the videos, all the shit I talked, all the support I gave this team when, like, I'm trying to sit here and explain to my girlfriend, I'm trying to sit here and explain to my friends, I'm trying to sit here and explain to my brother, I'm trying to sit here and explain to my dad, yo, how are we this bad? What is happening? Why do you still believe in this team? It's because I felt something before the season. It's because I feel something about the Pittsburgh Steelers. I feel like we are going to win this game. It is just a sense. It is just like I know this team better than I know my name. I could probably spell Steelers before I could spell Isaiah. Easier. For sure I could do that. You know what I'm saying? I know this team. I know how we work. And I'm telling you guys right now, I have a good feeling about this game. And so Pittsburgh Steelers, at the very least, let's make it close. At the very least, do not let Baltimore hang 21 points on us in the opening quarter. That is our only hindrance. That shit has killed us in multiple playoff games in a row. All we do is let teams get off to the hottest of starts, and our offense has been trash. We can't come back for 21 points. I don't think we can do that now. And so defense, if we just lock in for a second, which, by the way, speaking back of the Baltimore Ravens, speaking back of Lamar Jackson, the hero, the three-time MVP, they don't typically do that to us. They do that to a lot of teams. I don't think this guy has ever lost to an NFC team. No lie. Like, I think Lamar is like 15-1 or some shit like that against NFC teams. They shellac everybody else. They stomp everybody else. But when it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers, we just know how to play them. It is what it is, and nobody seems to acknowledge that. We never get credit for this shit, man. We never get credit for playing the Baltimore Ravens pretty good. We never get credit, but it is true. Fuck it. If we don't get the credit, it's whatever, because I know, and Steelers fans, you know, that we play this team pretty good. So at the very least, Pittsburgh, let's not get blown out. But I'm telling you, man, I really think we can win this game. I really think there is something left in the tank with Russell Wilson, who, by the way, Russell Wilson, guess what? People are back to giving up on you, man. Like, you remember, like, you were making a comeback. It was like all-time record. I have like this nice-ass thumbnail with Russell Wilson in it. Like, yo, he's back. Remember Russell Wilson? We were just hyping you up. You go on Twitter now, we're talking about Justin Fields again. We're really doing this Justin Fields thing. Whether you think he's better or not, whether you think he's like the better quarterback, whether you think Justin Fields has more of an impact, whether I think that, you think that, it doesn't fucking matter. Russell Wilson is our quarterback right now, and we're sitting here talking about Justin Fields when we're going to a playoff game. We're right there. Arthur Smith, throw to the middle of the field. Russell Wilson, find the middle of the field. Pat Freiermuth, he's been hooping. He's been balling. Get him in the middle of the field. Darnell Washington, get him to the middle of the field. Get these receivers open, and Russell Wilson will hit the throws. Call some good plays. He'll hit some throws. Blocks, tackles, Dan Moore. Man, I don't want to use this video. I'm not trying to like disrespect the team or whatever right now. I'm trying to hype us up. But Dan Moore, you were hooping early on in the season. Dan Moore, you were the most clown player on the Pittsburgh Steelers by far in a while, since like Antoine Blake or Ross Cockrell played for us. Dan Moore is like Dan Moore is Dante Moncrief on the offensive line, but for some reason we just haven't got rid of him, right? But then what happened? Son started making a comeback. Son started playing like one of our best offensive linemen. He was doing that for early on in the season. All of a sudden he tanks. What happens with us? Our offense tanks. It works hand in hand. So funny enough, Dan Moore is one of the most important players on our team. We need Dan Moore to do good. Dan Moore, please. I am begging you. Please, Dan Moore, just whatever you got to find, whatever you got to tap into it. The rest of the line, Broderick Jones, how many times have we talked about him? He's been like false starting. He's been blocking nobody, fam. We got no time for that shit today, man. We got no time for this shit on Saturday. And it's not even their faults. Broderick Jones, he literally just got here 2 years ago. Dan Moore, he's been on the team for a little bit, but even still, he's a newer player. Like these frustrations, these grievances that I have, that Pittsburgh Steelers fans have, it outlives you guys. This is way before you guys. So I'm sorry you have to inherit this, but this is what happens. You've inherited this beef. You've inherited this problem. And guys, we need you to start hooping. Everybody on the line, we need you to start hooping. Najee Harris could potentially be your last game as a Pittsburgh Steeler. He's had 1,000 yards every straight time, and nobody gives a fuck. Nobody likes you, Najee. I hate to say it. There's a few select Steelers fans. I like you, Najee. Like, you're cool, you know, but outside of that, people are sleeping on you, man. We need you to come out with ferocity. Jaylen Warren, I know he's going to bring it. George Pickens, catch the ball, George Pickens. I'd like, do we really got to do this? Catch the ball. And how they've been talking about George Pickens is crazy, but we have the opportunity to silence all of that. I don't give a fuck how these 4 games have gone. I don't give a fuck what happens after this round. If we finally win a playoff game, we're going to ignore all that 4-game shit because we look at the season, how we started, and how we finished. We won a playoff game. This was successful. Everybody's getting raises. Everyone's getting extensions. Everyone's getting etched down. Cam Hayward should have been Defensive Player of the Year. Should have at least got to look for it. Cam Hayward, he is on a run. He is doing his thing. We need to get this guy a championship. And how do we do that? It starts with winning playoff games. It starts with having pride. And so for God's sakes, Pittsburgh Steelers, get this shit together. And personally, I think we're going to win. I deadass think we're going to win. I think we have a chance to win. I don't think it's impossible. I don't think it's fucking, what is this? I don't think it's 10-0. Like, we have no chance. All of these people, 10 different people, none of them believed in the Pittsburgh Steelers. Nobody even has it close. We're talking a touchdown here, touchdown there, touchdown. Or what is this? Like 5 points, 4 points right here. That's probably the lowest margin. Like, these guys think we are trash. They have no faith in us. This is what they are talking about. And we watched this team all year. Granted, the most recent times we've watched this team be ass, but we've also watched this team be very fucking good, man. We have watched this team beat Washington. We have watched this team beat Baltimore once. We have watched this team get a crazy win on the Bengals. This vaunted Bengals team who everybody loves. Everyone's scared of Joe Burrow. Oh, like, oh no, what if the Bengals get in the playoffs? No one wants to see Joe Burrow. Man, we smoked them early in the season. This last week of the season, shit, nobody cares about that. That is like filler in canon events when the season actually mattered for both teams. And, you know, it mattered for the Bengals. I'm not trying, you know what I'm saying? But when let me get my shit off. When it mattered for both teams, when it was early enough for the Bengals to maybe still possibly get to the playoffs, guess what they did? They fucking lost. And so I don't want to hear that shit. Like, we stopped the Bengals. We didn't stop Washington. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we beat Washington. We beat Baltimore. We beat a lot of good teams this season. We beat Bo Nix in the Broncos. We beat the Chargers. And nobody cared. Justin Fields beat these guys, man. Justin Fields beat these guys. And we're supposed to just be scared. We're supposed to act like we have no pulse. We're supposed to act like we've done absolutely nothing all year because for the last 4 games, we've done shit. Guys, there was a whole other 14 games played of this season, and for 13 of them, for 12 of them, we were feeling really good about this team. So I am tired of being negative about the Steelers. I am tired of this boo-hoo ass shit from Steelers fans. I am tired of you guys firing Mike Tomlin in my comments every single time we lose a game. I feed into it. I understand. You know what I'm saying? It's a YouTube thing, and I get mad at Mike Tomlin too. But you guys, like, these comments, man, I am fucking sick and tired of it. All I want is a playoff win. Nobody, baby, don't watch this. I swear to God, guys, this is just me and you. I think I would give my firstborn child for the Steelers to win a fucking championship this year. I swear to God, I'm sitting here really thinking about it. I really think I would do that if that's what it took. I am so ready for this team to win. And for this to be 10-0, for this to be fucking just absolutely no chance for the Steelers to win, blasphemous. Absolutely blasphemous. And so I don't like it. I hope you guys don't like it either. Pittsburgh Steelers fans, Pittsburgh Steelers, prove everybody wrong. Prove the doubters wrong. I know we can do it. You guys know we can do it. And let's have some fucking pride in this team because I'm guaranteeing that the Pittsburgh Steelers win this game. Anyways, though, that's really going to do it. I got home. I was heated about the Steelers. Like, this one guy, I don't even know if he watches this video, but there's this one guy I work with who was just randomly, like, we've really never talked like that. But this is how real I am with you guys. I'm dead ass going to tell you this story. We've really never talked, but like he knows I have my channel. I have like my Steelers thing on. He's like, oh, I got money on the Ravens this week. Like, first of all, this is what gets me so. First of all, we're being slept on so much that having money on the Ravens, you're not even going to make any money. You got to spend at least like $350 to earn anything. you know, like to earn anything relevant. So like that is how highly they're favorited against us, talking about, oh, I got my money on the Ravens this week. Who cares? So does the rest of America. Like, ooh, hot take there. What's next? I like water. You know, like what are we talking about? But this is the shit that happened. This is everybody sleeping on us. Everybody is sleeping on us. We can do this, Pittsburgh Steelers. So for the last time, I think I am gonna get out of here. I will see you guys at the end of the game on Saturday when we are in here partying because we have beaten the Baltimore Ravens and we've sent them home. Anyways, I make videos about the Steelers all the time. Be sure to check out another video on the channel. Please, if you want to support me more, join the members. Anyways, this has been Zaya from Zaya and the Steelers, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.